Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy for Now. It's me, Isabel, here with a fun video today that I somehow haven't done before, and I don't know how. I feel like this is a staple video for booktube, for general just content creation with or on books. That's my favorite tropes. How have I not like laid out my favorite tropes? And maybe I have and I've totally forgotten that I did this video, but I made a list and we're going to talk about things I love in a book and the tropes that will make me pick a book up almost immediately. So I'm actually like not a super heavy trope reader. I just have my tropes that are like, yes, I will read that, or no, I won't read that. Don't worry, a least favorite trope video is coming at you pretty soon. I feel like those tropes won't be that surprising or interesting, to be honest, though, because I think they're the same tropes most people don't like. But I'll read them and like them by certain authors somehow, magically. And I feel like I have a lot of tropes that are kind of in my like, I'm not gonna say no to this range versus my like absolutely sign me up immediately range, which is the next, how many, hold on, let me check how many I have. The next 5 I have. So this is gonna get weirdly specific, so I hope you enjoy. All right, first up, probably not a surprising one. It's gotta be Grumpy Sunshine. I love a grumpy hero or heroine, and there's not enough grumpy heroines, to be honest with you. I want more of them in my life. But yeah, I love a Grumpy Sunshine character pairing. So that's when you have the one character who's just super grumpy and the other one is total sunshine all the time. And I feel like I like it so much because it's kind of my relationship dynamic, but we like switch off being the grumpy one in the sunshine one. But yeah, it just feels accurate. And I just love like when they're just kind of like, fine, whatever, I'll do this because it makes you happy, and like I really have no feelings towards it otherwise, and I just love that so much, so much. A couple books that feature this trope that I like are things like Managed by Kristen Callahan, which is my traveling book through a group of my friends. I'm very excited for them to read it. This one's gonna show up in another trope I love, and there's a reason Managed is like one of my all-time faves. And then you've got Pretty Face by Lucy Parker, which also part of that series is gonna show up in this list later. And that also features a very, very grumpy character who will do anything for his love. And that's what I live for. I feel like it's kind of the boil down point of the Beauty and the Beast trope to an extent, because Beauty and the Beast kind of is Grumpy Sunshine because Belle is pretty sunshiny and Beast is pretty grumpy. So I feel like it kind of takes that trope and it's like that's the essence of Beauty and the Beast tropes, which I do absolutely love when done well. But again, it's a very hard one to find done well. And I feel like the well's almost been tapped. / I'm a little more hesitant to read them because I think they just aren't always great. I did read a bunch of good ones in my Reading the Tropes though. Next, I have Forced Proximity. So this is when they are forced together due to a situation. One bed, one room, a space, like maybe they're on a cruise ship, they're escaping together, they're in the same hotel for this whole snowed-in weekend. Whatever that may be, I love good forced proximity. You know, the fake relationship, you're forced together. I love it. So this is also kind of the overarching trope for the only one bed, which is definitely a favorite of mine. My other favorite, which is what Managed plays into, is Only One Bed / I Can't Sleep Without You. But that one's really, really hard to find. So if you have an I Can't Sleep Without You book rack, I need it like immediately. So for Forced Proximity, I think what I like about it is like you're stuck together and there's no viable way out. So like Whiteout by Adriana Anders is a romantic suspense that I really liked. They were in the Arctic and like they're stuck together. They can only escape together. So it makes sense. There's danger banging because they're in danger. And of course I gotta get it on. And who doesn't love a good danger bang? I for sure love a good danger bang. But that's something that like, you know, I don't feel like you see a lot, but also any romantic suspense generally will have that danger bang moment. This one just felt extra high stakes because they're like in the middle of the Arctic. But yeah, Whiteout has great forced proximity because they're forced together to escape and to survive. Or like Along for the Ride by Mimi Grace, which I also really liked and is a road trip romance. has forced proximity because they get stranded in a town when the moving van breaks down. And that is also equally as delightful because they have to share a hotel room and then there's only one bed. And it just, you know, goes from there in the best ways, because I love seeing how characters react, I guess, when they're stuck together versus when the rest of the world around them is normal. So I think that's why I like forced proximity so much. I think it just really like is getting to that thing that is making them not compatible and then figuring out that they are compatible, because like they literally can't get away from each other. It's not Stockholm syndrome, but maybe a little bit sometimes. And then something else I really like is friends to lovers with very specific guidelines. So this isn't a trope I would put on my like hate list, but my very specific guidelines for friends to lovers is it can't have overextended pining from one character or the other, where it feels like they've been friend zoned and basically have never let go of this torch they've been carrying forever. When I talk about this, I mean things like My Fake Rake by Eva Lee, which is them being friends at a library situation where they do research work. They're friends. It's not like childhood friends that have been like pining after each other forever. It's just kind of their adult friends, and things develop naturally like they do when you are grown and not a child. Or the other one would be like Lovers Do by Tracy Livesay, which I absolutely loved as a friends to lovers. You know, they had a fake relationship, but their friendship gave them the backbone for like a really good actual relationship, like a sexual relationship, like that kind. And yeah, I really like friends to lovers, but only in very specific situations, which is very weird, I know, but like I have to include it because some of my favorites this year have been friends to lovers, and it's a trope I honestly didn't think I liked as much as I do. All right, another thing I love in a romance is a grovel. Y'all, if you give me a man on his knees begging to be taken back by this incredible woman, sign me up. Sign me up. I live for it. I've got two as examples for you. And I often will say a grovel was not enough in a book, and I just love a good grovel. So this also kind of plays into the kind of HEAs I like. So I don't always like a baby epilogue. I am the weirdo who doesn't want babies in my epilogues. I know, it's fine. And because of that, there's a reason this book is a favorite for me. And that one is The Prince of Broadway by Joanna Shoup. This features an amazing grovel, a character turning tail and realizing that he messed up and willing to do whatever he has to do to help her and to give her what she wants. And there's no baby at the end. So fuck yeah, Florence. Pays off. Such a good book. Love this grovel so much. The other one I'm going to mention is a book that a lot of people don't like, actually, I feel like, because I don't think they I don't know, for some reason it's just not as popular. It's Day of the Duchess by Sarah MacLean, and this one for me had a setup I didn't think I would like. This revolves around a miscarriage and her leaving and then them coming back together, and he kind of challenges her to spend time with him before he'll approve their divorce. This man tears himself apart for her in so many ways, and it just, like, the whole book is like one long grovel almost, and I loved it. It's so freaking good. The grovel in this book is like the bar. I don't know if another book will ever pass that bar for me. The Day of the Duchess just delivered on the grovel so hard. It does have an HEA I don't love at the end epilogue situation, but it's kind of needed for the way the story unfolds, etc. And it works, actually. All right, and next we have another very weirdly specific thing, and that is famous, but not like an actor or actress famous necessarily, more like weird fame. So I do like some rock star romances. I've talked about before. My partner is in a band and has done tours, and I'm very familiar with the life and the kinds of people in that scene and in that world. So I don't always love a rock star romance, but I do love, like in Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Rai, how we're following someone who goes viral and how that affects your life. Like, that is a very different kind of fame than a rock star or a celebrity, whatever, you know? And I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a really fun way to do famous without it being like overblown or like paparazzi famous. I mean, paparazzi would have showed up if they found her, but they definitely were not like leaving a restaurant getting hounded by paparazzi, if that makes sense. Another one in this that I really like is the London Celebrities series, which is more about Broadway slash playwrights in like the West End in London, not Broad, like it's the West End, whatever. You get what I'm saying? And I thought this was really fun because it was celebrity without being US celebrity status, I guess. And I really have enjoyed that series by Lucy Parker a lot, considering it follows celebrities. And I think I think I like it because it is actors on stage, not like movie or TV actors. But yeah, I don't love a celebrity romance, which I think is weird. I think it's because I'm not the person who's ever dreamed of like marrying a celebrity, much less wants anything to do with fame. It's just not me. It's not who I am. Like, it's just not. I say that as I like make YouTube videos about books, but like this is different than like that kind of fame, right? So yeah, I just never have had that desire to be famous like that. So I think that's part of why I never enjoy like pure celebrity romance, like trope romance. What else? Some of the other like just things I like in general in my romance, which I realize this isn't like full tropes, like it's a mix, whatever. We're rolling with it. We're calling all of these tropes. I don't care. I like good banter in my romances. I love witty characters who banter a lot. I love positive sex representation, whether that's toys, lube, just in general sex positivity. I really love when that's in my books. I can't get enough of it, and positive sex work representation as well. Also, positive body representation. I love when it's diverse bodies and various shapes and sizes getting to have their HEA, because not everyone is a size 4 or whatever size you want to say is like general romance characters, and I always enjoy that in my books as well. Yeah, I don't feel like there's a trope I would say to you like, oh, I'll never read this or it'll never be my favorite. But I do think it'll be interesting when I share my least favorites, because like even tropes where I have bad run-ins, I keep going back for more. I don't know. I like my romance trope. Yeah, so those are some of my favorite tropes slash things to find in romance books. Let me know in the comments yours. I'm always curious. I feel like I'm probably missing like 10 other things I love in romances. It's so hard. Like when you tell me to pick like the 5 or the whatever, I'm like, yeah, totally. And then I feel like I write the list and I'm like, there's so much more though. There's so much more. Yeah, let me know your faves. And if you don't want to share your faves, drop a heart emoji in the comments. I will be back in a few days with another video. If you want to come hang out on the Discord server, there's a link in the description box where you can join us to come talk about romance. There's also links to all of my social media. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads. What else? I post 3 days a week, so you'll see another video from me in just a few days. And yeah, that's it. I don't think I have anything else. All right, bye y'all. How to video, I don't know anymore.